Okay, I have some feedback today for Mr. Tanvir Singh, who is a new member. Posted this essay 5 days ago, and I picked it up out of the waiting feedback tag, which is a good place to put your essay if you're looking for mentor feedback. Okay, so we have a question. I mentioned in the Facebook page that I don't think that this is a valid question. It comes from a particular website, and it's reported. A student, someone said that this is the question that they had on their test. And I don't doubt it's something similar to this, but it can't be this because of this idea here. Economic growth is the only way to world poverty. Sure. However, some people say environmental damage and should be stopped. No one's saying that economic growth should be stopped. Environmental damage should be stopped, sure, but not economic growth. So it's a flawed question to begin with, but no reason to punish the writer for that. Okay, these indicate the type of error I'm thinking that you're making. Task response is about, is your overall how you answer the question and how well you support your ideas. Coherence and cohesion, how well connected the ideas are, and the readability, how easy it is to read. Vocabulary, grammar. Okay. I put this in red because the question, first of all, doesn't mention anything about time. And secondly, the 20th century ended 20 years ago. We're in the 21st century. Now, it is true that the 20th century saw, because it's over, it wouldn't be in the present perfect. Okay. And same thing here. At a far quicker pace than ever. You forgot the article in there. Should be and this would not be, this matches that verb, but if you're talking about now, are depleting, it's not stopping, it's currently going on, or are being depleted, because deplete is the type of verb wherein resources would be the object. Okay? Environmental resources don't deplete things. People deplete environmental resources. So this should either be in the passive. So environmental resources are being depleted. Many individuals to halt. Economic development is an uncountable noun, like a plural noun. When you're speaking in general, you would not use the definitive article, the definite article, the. Very common mistake. This essay will explain that even though. Okay, now, economic boom, just like sort of the word boom, is describing a short period, generally, of quick economic growth. Here we're talking about economic growth over a period of a century or more. So boom and growth mean different things. So you can't really use boom there. Once again, speaking in general about a plural noun, resources. So know the. Striking a balance. Striking a balance between what? And following countermeasures. Not a good collocation. We don't follow measures. We impose measures or enact measures. First, have to put them into place. And the essay is not about reversing. Okay, so I wouldn't include anything about that. I already made my point about this. It creates hazardous conditions. The negative. Hazardous conditions is a good collocation, but it would be hazardous for people. Not a good collocation for the object here that negatively impact the environment. Okay, so that's our topic sentence. The economy creates, okay, all right, it goes without saying. You know what? It goes without saying that you shouldn't use it goes without saying in an opinion or an IELTS essay. Nothing goes without saying. That's the point of IELTS, is you have to say everything. things like it's a foregone conclusion, and it's completely obvious, and it goes without saying, don't belong in this type of essay. Okay, it goes without saying that here we have here we have we do need a article here. It might even be the and elevation, but we need an article. Elevation of production and manufacturing capabilities. Okay, note, it is singular. So with a singular noun, the elevation leads subject verb agreement to a better economy. Well, I suppose that might go without saying. Eventually, such improvements lead to. Consider the auto industry. All right, let's consider why did you capitalize it? Don't need to capitalize that. In which waste material, okay, is dumped into the water bodies. What? Who's doing that? Water body. There is a phrase, bodies of water, which include everything from rivers to lakes to oceans. I'm sure you know that term, but it cannot be paraphrased into water bodies. That is not good collocation. That's not a term. All right, so and okay, which waste material and the burning of plastic leads to hazardous air quality. Who's doing that? The auto industry? Not in my country. I don't know, but we have laws and regulations that prevent this sort of thing. Huh. And, well, I'm not sold on your support here, on your example. All right, the phenomenon, this phenomenon, and phenomenon is so overused. It's uncommon words, and phenomenon is so used by so many IELTS students that about this practice or this, give us your opinion. How do you, this does ask you to what extent do you agree? You say you disagree. This, you might want to say that. Although this practice is causes significant damage to the environment, it needs to be controlled, not eliminated. However, can anything but economic development help end poverty? A question to begin, a rhetorical question. Bold. A lot of IELTS students and teachers say, "Oh no, that's a bad idea." I don't think so. It's okay if it's not, not two. Maybe one is okay. Here, my point is the same as it was before. A certain fact is, it goes without saying, no, everything must be shown, everything must be demonstrated, everything must be supported with examples and explanations. A certain fact is that economic growth for better living conditions among the masses. Also brings along the resources which could be leveraged to counter many ill effects of the damage. Great. This is good. You need to expand it. All right, you need to talk more about this. Not to mention, once again, that's not a good connector in IELTS, that environment friendly, that needs to be adjective, so environmental friendly, recycling chemicals are a result of technological advancements. Well, okay, again, maybe you put that in there because you think it's good vocabulary, but what does it have to do with economic growth? It's a different thing. It is not. Economic growth and technological advancements are different concepts. Therefore, an enriching economy, a growing economy, is that what you mean? Certainly. No, I don't see that. You haven't shown that it's certain. No, I don't see it certainly at all. Expands the capabilities to take countermeasures, such as, what are these countermeasures that can curtail environment? Okay, great. Yeah, okay, this paragraph is kind of all over the place. You've got multiple ideas in here. You bring in a new idea that doesn't have anything to do with the topic, at least not that you've shown. Not a very tight paragraph. In conclusion, the betterment of the economy is extremely to finish poverty. Finish and end they are not perfect synonyms. You can't use them interchangeably. It certainly leads to... Okay, so overall, your writing is good. I mean, you make the common grammar mistakes that a lot of the old article errors. How many we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 article errors. And remember, to get into the higher bands, you need to produce a majority of sentences that are error-free. And so even though these errors don't interfere with a person's ability to understand what's being written, they will affect your percentage of sentences that are error-free. Again, you had a flawed question to begin with, so task response, you have a challenge there to begin with. Defining the question, okay, defining what it is and what it is not is very important. Limiting it, okay, and you had problems from the start with the time thing and far too many broad general statements. Just because you say it goes without saying, that doesn't make it true. Just because you say it's a certain fact doesn't make it a certain fact. You can state it and then support it and convince someone, but nothing is a certain fact. That's the basic concept in academic essays. I can prove that I have no nose. All right, good luck with you. Good luck to you.